Yeah, y'all know what it is, baby. We back. Y'all thought I was gone. Y'all might have missed me, but check it out. We back, and we back with a new one, with another one. Check it out. We got this new series coming. It's called the Madden Reloaded, the Legends Rebuild. So I'm just gonna give y'all a brief rundown on how we hooked it up. So basically, what I did was I just went through every single team roster, right? I looked at every position and I basically just added a legendary player at a position of need. Only two players, one on the offense side of the ball, one on the defensive side of the ball. Now, what we doing is this. We're not bringing those legends in at their peak self. So they're coming in as rookies, basically. Not all, because I didn't want to change every rookie in the game. So guys, that's 1 year, 2 year, but they're young, basically. All right. So their base ratings would be somewhere, the better players would be somewhere like around 80. A lot of them, some of them have superstar overalls. Some of them don't. But check this out. It's a great roster and it's nothing too crazy. So let's check out the rosters and let's check out each player that I've already added to each team. So this is the Madden Reloaded series, where, like I said before, we reload the rosters. We make every single team roster better by adding a legendary player at a position of need. Now you can only get two players, okay? One on the offensive side of the ball, one on the defensive side of the ball, okay? So, but there's a catch. So teams with really good rosters, right? Who don't technically need anything, they just get to get a superstar player. I know that sucks, but that's just what it is. Like you say teams like the 49, like, well, let's take a team like the Eagles, right? They loaded on defense at every position. So they just get to get a player. They just get to bring back a superstar player, all right? So we're going to start. You know me, I'm playing with the Giants. We're going to look at their roster and we're going to see what we have to pick. All right. Another thing is, too, just because, let's say if you got like a young player, he has a low base rating, right? But let's say he's young and he has like a star development trait. You cannot replace that player. He has to be able to, you have to give guys a chance to develop. All right. So obviously one of the main people we had to bring back for the Giants, you see it right there. We had to bring back my boy Eli Manning. It is what it is. Now, some people might not say, why not a running back? Well, look, you got two running backs. Okay, you got one guy in Tyrone Tracy. He's supposed to be really good. Okay, and then you got Delvin Singletary. He's young. He has a good base rating, so you can't replace him. Okay, and as you can see, the wide receiver core pretty good. Same. We're gonna stick with it. Now, some people, oh, what about Jeremy Shockey? The issue is he's 72. Daniel Jones is 71. So he's technically rated higher than Daniel Jones. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he has a star develop. I think he has a development trait. Look, I mean, he has a hidden development. So you can't replace young players who have a hidden development trait, if that makes sense, okay? Now, as you can see, now you got to say the same thing for Michael. But again, one of those guys, he has a star development trait. You got to give him a chance to develop. So you cannot replace guys that have a development trait. Okay. Now, on the defensive line, you see here, we got Michael Strahan. All right. Now, some people might say, yo, Michael Strahan wasn't 280. He was. When he came into the league, you got to remember, this is like 92, 93. Defensive ends were this big. Literally. So he came in at 280. He slimmed down towards the end of his career, but he came in as a rookie, as a tweener, like not a nose tackle, but somewhat of an interior player in the defensive end. So we got him and Michael Strahan, Elijah Chapman, and then the rest of the roster will remain the same. Okay, let's check out some of the other rosters and some of the other players that are coming back, that are being reloaded. You feel me? Now check this out. What I want to try to do is I want to try to add two more legends each year. We'll see how it goes though. All right. So obviously, the Jaguars got Trevor Lawrence. It is what it is. He's young. He's somewhat promising. So nobody gets there. Again, some people might want Fred Taylor, but look, Maurice Jones-Drew, they have a promising young running back. You cannot replace those guys. You want to let these guys develop. And you're gonna see that that's gonna be a continuous thing throughout this video. All right. Some people are calling for, hey, yo, why not Jimmy Smith? Look at the receiving core. These guys are not old. They're young. They can develop. It is what it is. All right. But check it out. Tony Baselli, look, they didn't have a left tackle. They needed one. He's the best left tackle in franchise history. So that's who's coming back to help the Jaguars. All right. Let me see what else they got. Let's see what we put on defense. Aaron Armstead. Boom, 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 boom. Darren Lloyd. Okay. Rasheem Mathis, they needed help at the corner position. Okay. And they got help. All right. Again, this guy's promising. Just look at his stats. 90 speed. He got like 85 hitting power. Okay, so they needed help at the corner position, and they got some reinforcements there. They reloaded. All right, let's check out the next roster. Let's check out all the guys we done brought back. Now the Jets. Who did the Jets get? The Jets offense is good. I think they needed some help on the offensive line, if I'm not mistaken. And there you go. Nick Mangold. Bring back the boy, Nick Mangold. Arguably the best center in Jets history. Well, the best center in Jets history. Some people might say Kevin Mawai, but he didn't get drafted by the Jets. He played and he was very productive as a Jet, but he played elsewhere prior. Okay. All right. You see the defensive line. You see what it is. We had to move Quinion Williams to the weak side linebacker. I mean, I'm sorry. That's not him. That's the tackle. Sorry. We moved his brother Quincy to the weak side linebacker. CJ Mosley still in the middle. And I don't know if y'all familiar who Mo Lewis is, but Mo Lewis was a Jets linebacker. He was a dog in his day. Late 90s, early 2000s. Mo Williams was a dog. So they reload with Mo Williams. They now somebody, yo, what about Darrell? Look at the they're good at this position. They're good in the secondary. They're good at this position. We don't want to overload. This is a reload, not an overload. We don't want to overload the rosters. All right. And who knows? We'll go through the rosters, and at the end of each season, we'll go back through every roster and we'll see, well, what teams need. What do they need coming into the next season, and then we just reload. You feel me? All right, who we got next? Ooh, the Lions. Who did the Lions get? This is another one of those teams that's loaded. It's a loaded roster, right? So you don't need a quarterback. Some people might say Barry, but look at these running backs. They got promising running backs. Can't bring Barry Sanders back, so no Barry in this reload. Sorry, guys. But you do get Calvin. The receiving core was one of the more weaker positions on this team. They literally had two guys. So you got Calvin. That was the weakest position on the Lions, is the receiving core as far as the offense. Look, you got Laporta, and then this line is just crazy. It's probably the best offensive line in the game. So they didn't need no help there. So we don't get no Barry, but you get young Calvin Johnson, 6. I don't know why they made him 6'6", but I made him 6'5". Something wrong with the height and all that, but 6'5", 6'6", whatever. We could change it, but I don't feel like going back through. All right, so you got Calvin Johnson. So when I play the Lions, I'm going to be going up against Calvin. I don't really want to play that dude, but hopefully, we could try to stop him. Who did they get on defense? Let's see. You see, like, they're pretty good. This is a good roster. Jack Campbell. Chris Spillman. I don't know if y'all know about Chris. Again, another dog from the 90s. He's coming back. Like, you know what I mean? If you're not up on players from back in the days, this is the rebuild to watch. This is the fantasy legends rebuild to watch, because we're going to put all y'all up on legendary players. I'm talking about from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. We bringing all of these guys back, but we just mixing them up. We're not going to just bring back players everybody know, fan favorites, at least not yet. Let's build up to that, okay? Let's move on. So all of these rosters get better because everybody gets a guy at a position of need, a dire need, right? So we watched the Giants get pushed around all game. Yeah, we needed the help on the line. We got that. We watched the quarterback just, hey, we got Eli back. And I'm not a huge Eli Manning fan, but hey, we got something, right? Let's keep going. Ooh, Jordan Love. Again, y'all know why Jordan Love is still there. I know Packers fans might say, yo, come on, Favre. But listen, you got a promising guy already. Hey, speaking of the Packers have been so lucky to like have quarterback after quarterback after quarterback. Like I feel like they just super lucky. Oh, I did not know you guys had Malik. Oh, sorry. Let's go back to the Packers. All right, Josh Jacobs. All right, Sterling Shepard. Now hold on. I know what y'all gonna be saying. Okay, we do have some sentimental value picks. The reason why I put Sterling Sharp back on this squad was because this guy was literally the arguably the best wide receiver in the league for like a 3-year span in the 90s. I'm talking about you had Jerry Rice there, you had guys like Michael Irvin, Andre Reed, all of these different guys, right? This guy was in the mix to be arguably the best wide receiver in the NFL until he suffered a horrendous injury that cut his career short. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna pay some homage to Sterling. We're gonna bring him back and we're gonna allow his career to develop the way it should have been. Because this guy is a Hall of Famer and could have went down. Like when we talk about greatest receivers of all time, right? We mentioned the Randy Mosses, the Jerry Rice, the Calvin Johnson, the Terrell Owens, the Marvin Harrison. This guy was in that conversation. He would have been in that conversation. Like if you just go back and look at Sterling Shepard numbers, Sterling Sharp. I'm thinking about Shepard from the Giants. Sterling Sharp numbers. And again, this is the older brother of Shannon. You've seen what Shannon did in the NFL. And Shannon said he's better. His older brother is better than him. And he's in the Hall of Fame. So and he has the film to prove it. So go back and check out his film. So that's why he's here. Sentimental value pick. You know, we got to show some love to that. But other than that, tight end could have been a position I was thinking about. You know, Jermichael Finley. You know, but then again, this is a young developing tight end. Musgraves, and then you know they're pretty good on the offensive line. Yeah, they got a lot of young talent, so I didn't want you got to let some of those guys develop, and I'm sticking to that. Like you know, look at this: Walker 24, Jenkins 28, right? Myers 26, Morgan 23. Yeah, like this is a young developing offensive line. They didn't need to be reloaded at this position. This line is gonna develop. All right, let's go to defense. Okay, you got Rashawn Gary. Some people might want Reggie White, but look at Gary. All right. You got Preston. Okay, but I know Preston is 31. I did take that into consideration. He's gonna start. He's gonna start the decline. But look who they got behind him. A young dog. Like, okay, and Vanessa. So we got to keep those things in mind. Okay, they're good at the tackle position. You know, Cooper. They just drafted this guy this year. They didn't have no middle linebacker. Well, they needed help at the linebacker position. So I moved Edrin over to weak side. Okay, look, he's only 6'2", 230. That's good size for a linebacker, but not a strong side linebacker. When you got Niski, you know, not bad. So you see Ray Niski. Now I could have went with Clay Matthews, one of their better linebackers, but he's an edge. They do not need an edge rusher. Clay is an edge. He's not really a linebacker. He's more like a pass rush specialist. All right. Again, secondary looks fine to me. Young guys, they got speed, development. It looks fine. Okay. Secondary is fine. So, got what you got with the Packers. Let's move on. I know some of y'all calling for Cam, but yo, Bryce is a number 1 overall pick. He's gonna develop. He's a good player. They just need some protection at the offensive line. That's, you know. Listen, y'all might have want Jonathan Stewart, D'Angelo, um, D'Angelo Williams. Listen, you got Jonathan Brooks. I just drafted him. He was the best running back in the draft last year. He's a dog, so you gotta let him develop. Then you got Chuba. All right. They might say, "Oh, what about Moshe Mohammed, Steve Smith?" Look, again, same thing. Young talent in these two. Okay, and look, you got to see future starter. You know, all of these things. They just took. They got guys that can develop. All right, but the position in need was the worst position on the offense was the tight end. So what do? You give him back Greg Olsen. Now Greg Olsen started with the Bears but he took off with the Panthers. Okay, so you bring back Greg, and Greg is a dog. All right, the line is okay. Boom, they needed help at the end. So guess what? You bring back Julius Peppers. I don't know why they got him 6'8". Let me fix that actually. He's only 6'7". I want to fix that because I need this to be, I need it to feel like I'm giving the people what they want. Appearance. And Julius is a beast, bro. You don't understand. Freak of nature. There we go. All right, so you see it. I love retooling these teams, man. This is fun to me. So much fun, man. These Madden rebuilds, man, it's fun. All right, Patriots. Okay, I ain't got to tell y'all. Some people, oh, Tom Brady, Tom Brady. No, they have a young guy. Tom Brady don't have to look. Tom Brady don't got to get his feet wet. But let's say, Drake May doesn't develop, or he has like this horrible season, or we can always retool. Like these legends are gonna keep popping up every year. So we'll keep going through these rosters and seeing what they need. And if next year, if it's a quarterback that they need, then it's a quarterback that they'll get. But for right now, Drake May is the guy. Look, Ramondre Stevens, he's okay. He's good. He's young. He's like, same thing. And boom. The receiving core is the worst part of this squad. Now, I could bring guys back like, Wes Welker, Troy Brown, Deion Branch, but Randy Moss had his best season of his career in a Patriots uniform. Arguably, that 3-year span was probably the best years of his career. He did in the Patriots uniform, so he comes back as a Patriot. All right, so you got Randy Moss. We didn't get Gronk because they okay at the tight end position, and they got Vince. They needed a tackle, they got Vince. All right, let's move on to the Raiders. All right, so they got Ted Hendricks at the linebacker position. And on offense, who did I give him on offense? Oh, they definitely needed a quarterback, so we brought back Ken Stabler. Why Ken? He's a Super Bowl winning quarterback with the Raiders. I was thinking about Rich Gannon, but he did win. I think did Gannon win 2 MVPs and 1? I'm not too sure, but maybe I know for sure he got 1. But he had a horrible showing in the Super Bowl, and John Gruden was like, it was just all system. It was all Gruden. So Rich Gannon didn't get the nod, but Stabler got it because he is a dog. All right. The Rams. So we kept Stafford. I don't know how long Stafford is gonna play. Like Stafford is looking good. Not to be funny, the arm looks live. If y'all watched him last Sunday, his arm is still live. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like he's losing velocity of anything. So we keep him. Now some people might work Kurt, but Stafford is still going strong. Okay. You see the running backs, pretty good. They just got Blake Corum out of Michigan. He's gonna be good. So you don't want to throw in guys like Marshall Faulk or what is it, Steven Jackson, Eric Dickerson. Yes, you can put those guys in, but at this very moment, these guys are good at this position. We're not gonna overdraft at positions. Look, Y'all see it. First of all, look, Cooper is fake unguardable at this point. And we all know what Nakua is about. And they got Tutu. 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 They got good receivers. All right. So they did have a hole at the offensive line position. So we're gonna bring back Orlando Pace, the big dog. Y'all know what time is it with him. The big dog. All right. A lot of y'all saying we should have brought back. Well, a lot of y'all going to say we should have brought back Aaron Donald. And I could have, to be honest. I could have. But they're good at the end position. They're good there. Right? They're good there. So we brought back a middle linebacker, Roman Pfeiffer. If you don't know who Roman is, go look him up. Go look up these guys. I'm telling you, this is a history class. Not only am I going to give y'all some gameplay, I'm going to put you onto some old dogs, but this is a history class. Come learn your shit. All right? Let's move on. Who we got next? Lamar. All right, now I know. We don't need running backs. The receiver core is pretty good. Okay. The tight end position is amazing. Okay. The line, look, they was missing a guard. So we had to bring back Marshall Yonder. The left guard was, no bueno. They had two guys that were young, but I went with the guy who didn't have a development trait. All right. On the defensive line, we had to bring back Hello T. That's how we make the team better. Some people are like, yo, come on, bro, not Ray. All right. Listen, I need you guys to go watch week 1, Ravens and Chiefs, and just pay attention to this guy, Trent Simpson. This dude was all over the fields making plays. Like, literally, bro. This is why they were so comfortable with letting Patrick Queen leave. Because they knew they had to... Look at this. 91 speed. Okay? Acceleration 95. Agility 81. Like, change direction, strength. Like, well, obviously, this awareness is going to come with playing time, but tackling 79, hitting power. Like, this dude is crazy good, bro. This is a user right here. So we're going to let him develop. We're not going to slow his development down. We're going to let Ray stay in the Hall of Fame. And to me personally, we might not see Ray Lewis in this rebuild because he only played with the Ravens. So I can see if he played with another team and I can bring him back on that team. But this position, this joint is on lock, my boy. All right. Same thing for the outside pass rushers. They got 4 of them. Like, look, he's getting old, but this Isaac, like he's good too. They drafted really well. Like, this team is loaded. Okay, the corner position is good. You got Nate Wiggins, who they just took, and correct me if I'm wrong. He ran like a 4.2, right? And if anybody knows, put it down in the comments. So why is his speed only 96? They gotta make that make sense to me. He ran like a 4.2. That should at least be 98. What did Tyreek want? All right. Again, we didn't bring back Ed Reed because they're good at these safety positions. That's why. So I know it's tough, and I know y'all might want to see those dogs, but listen, hey, it is what it is, man. Blame the Ravens. They retooled pretty well. All right, moving forward, we got the Saints. All right, I didn't bring a quarterback back for the Saints. Derek Carr, and listen, Spencer. This guy, if you've been watching him in the preseason, yo, I'm telling you, this dude arm is live, and like his playmaking, the bit, all of that shit Patrick Mahomes be doing, he got some of that shit. So he could sprinkle in some of all of that. He got all of that, so he's gonna be good. All right, still got Kamara, and you got Jamal. I was thinking Deuce Nah, but you know they still got Camaro. I was gonna say Deuce McAllister, but still got him. All right, the receiving core is they could have got somebody back at the receiving core, honestly, but I feel like it wasn't. This was not the worst position on this team. By far, it wasn't the worst position. It was the left tackle, left guard. So we bring back Carl Nicks. He's probably the top two guards of his era. That's that good old coffee right there. Get your get your bones right. Hey. Yeah, Carl Nicks. So we brought back Carl Nicks for the Saints. And hopefully, you know, they could come in and make a difference. Cam, he's about to be on his way out, but he's still playing at a high level. You got Chase. Okay. So they needed a tackle. And I had to go get the boy Leroy Glover. If you don't know about Leroy, go check out my man Bruce Leroy. You see it right here. Do a quick Google search. Go look at his numbers. These guys I'm bringing back are dogs. Okay? And they're good at the linebacker position. First and foremost, Demario Davis, this dude never gets old. I wish the Jets never let this guy go. Like, you know what I mean? If only he could still be in New York right now. Y'all see the secondary is good. We got my man Kool-Aid. What flavor Kool-Aid, though? His name is what flavor? Is your grape? Is your cherry? Blue raspberry? What flavor, man? Come on, Kool-Aid. You gotta tell us what flavor. Now, if you grape with the little slices of lemon in it, you gonna be some. You know, they got Tyrone Matthews, you know. I promise you, I probably didn't look at this position. But yeah, I could have bought somebody back. But I ain't see no safety. I ain't find one that was worthy. So we're gonna keep going with it. All right, let's move forward. All right, the Seahawks. I know y'all talk about Matt Hasselbeck. I mean, maybe we could have probably gave Hasselbeck a shot, but we'll let Gino ride. All right. Listen, Sean Alexander, I get it, but listen, Kenneth is a dog. We can't have great players sitting on the bench. We can't have that. You understand? So let these young guys develop. All right. Listen, this receiver core, to be honest, this is going to be one of the better receiving cores in the league. Like, talking about guys that can make plays after the catch with these two. And then, you know, Lockett, the ageless wonder. But even if, like, you know, even if he just played this, you know, I see him moving down to like a mentor role and just staying with the squad. Not right now though. Maybe like in a year, 2 years. 2 years. Yeah, I think you'll see like a steep dive, but he can still be the third guy and be a mentor because he's that kind of dude. You actually want guys like Tyler on your team, bro. For real, for real. You don't let those guys walk. No offense, still promising. You know what I mean? Pharaoh. Whatever. All right. You got Charles Cross. And there you go. Steve Hutchinson. That's who you got. All right. There you go. Some people say, hey, White, again, he's young. He's promising. That's why you let them guys rock. We here to reload the roster. It's not overloaded again. Okay. So, who do we put on the defensive side? I wish the Giants never let him go. Whew. Y'all see it, baby. Cortez Kennedy. Yeah. If you don't know who this man is, please do a Google search. This is a defensive player of the year from the defensive tackles position. Before Aaron Donald did it, before Warren Sapp did it, Cortez Kennedy. Straight up and down dog. Straight up and down dog. Now y'all might be saying, yeah, but listen, these guys are good at this the linebacker position. We ain't even gonna talk about their secondary. Their secondary is popping. They got two of my Giants. Like, imagine if the Giants had Julian Love and Leonard Williams right now. If you just keep those two guys, Imagine what it looks like. Julian Love at free safety, Tyler Nubin at strong safety. Your secondary is better. And then Leonard Williams, Snacks, and the young boy Elijah Chapman. Come on, Bo. All right. We got Rayshawn Jenkins. What is happening here? Okay, and Rayshawn. Okay, yeah. So the secondary is good. All right, let's move forward. All right, Steel Curtain. Again, you know what it is with these two. They got two quarterbacks. They don't need another one. Somebody, oh, Big Ben. All right, they got two guys. Najee. They got two running backs. All right. The weakest part on this team was the wide receiver core. Just look at it. So I know it's a little crazy, but I had to bring back my man AB. But look, hopefully this time around he gonna chill. All right, look. The only coach that can control this guy is Mike Tomlin. No one else. All right. So we gave him back. We gave Pittsburgh back their best receiver in franchise history by far. Arguably, I don't know. Listen, he had a crazy like that 5 year span, 5 6 year span. I don't even know another receiver who had a run like that other than like Jerry Rice. Like I'm talking about like just craziness. So, AB, welcome back, my boy. It's Madden Reloaded. Let's go. All right, yeah, you got your boy Fire Move. Hey, I love this dude right here, man. Listen, if you guys are rebuilding or doing franchise, this is one of the tight ends you might want to trade for. Like his measurables are crazy. He blocks, he catches. If you like to run the ball a lot, you need him, especially if you like running to the outside. All right, Broderick Jones. They have a promising up and coming offensive line. All right, and then on the defensive line, listen, they got Mean Joe Green. Period. There's not a lot of other things that this team need. Like, look at this. It's not a lot that they need. Yo, Highsmith and TJ was going off the other night. Like, that was crazy. It was getting after it. And you see the secondary. The secondary is good. They got veteran in Sutton and in Jackson. They got the young stud in Porter. Okay. My man Bishop. And then you got Minka. You know what it is with him. And you got Deshaun Elliott. So, fortunately, no Troy. But that don't mean he won't make it back. All right? Let's move on. Texans. We ain't going to talk about that. We ain't going to talk about that either. Look at that. Look at these running backs. Come on. Now, y'all might say Andre, but look. Nico, Tank, Robert, John. Like, listen. This is probably one of the better receiving corps in the NFL, to be honest. You know, they got my man Dalton. They got Laramie Tunsil. They got a young guy at Kendrick Green. And they got another one that's backing him up. Okay. They got my man Juice. He got the juice. They got Shaq. And then had to bring back Dwayne Brown. Now, Dwayne Brown is technically a left tackle, but we moved him to right. They got Will. This team has the perfect blend of youth and veteran and old veterans, good veterans. Like Daniel's only 29. He's at that prime age where he wants to teach, but he's still productive. You know how you get some guys, they only want to teach because they can no longer be productive and they don't have a choice. Like they got to become the mentor to be on the roster. Right? That's when they over the hump. But he's at the age where it's like he's right there. Where it's like, okay, let me show the young fella how to get it. I'm still capable. I want to win now. I'm still productive. But hey, I got to teach a little bit. He's at that prime age. So you can expect Will Anderson to have a crazy career and a crazy season because he has someone who's willing to teach him. Like, you know what I mean? He can show him better. Like, I'll give another example. Like the opposite of that. Like you say, you can take Brian Burns from the Giants. right? So we just got him, and then we got Thibodeau. Like, he's still fairly young, so I don't know if he understands how to truly show or teach. I feel like he wants to, but for him, at this point, it could be more so show and prove versus hey, young fella, let's get here, let's get in this room. This is what you did here. Like, this is what Will has. He has that guy that's at that age to really show him. That prime age of 29 is still productive, so he got that guy. All right, and boom, look, I had to bring back Watt. Now listen, if you look at the positions, okay, Archery 31, he's old, okay. I'm not even gonna try to butcher this dude's name, but this dude is old. The next guy, Mario Edwards, he's old. The next guy after that, he's fairly on the older side. None of these guys are gonna develop, so they needed a tackle. Now JJ Watt is a tweener. He can play inside and out, so I made him a tackle. I gave them JJ Watt. Have to bring him back. Why not? And he can try to win a chip. Okay. All right, Harry Tutu. Hey, look. He's fairly good. He's young, so we're going to let him develop. They got some good pieces at the linebacker position. They got Christian Harris. Like, this team is amazing to me. I love this squad. Stingley's developing. I feel like Jeff Okuda is somewhat underrated. He hasn't lived up to the hype, but he's been an okay, serviceable corner in the NFL. Like, you know what I mean? Some guys just can't be that one. Like, that's a mental thing. Some guys have all the ability, but they don't have the mental. Like, you literally have to be like a dog to be a number one corner. Out of all the positions on the field, like a corner, because it's like you constantly on the island by yourself, and it's constantly me against you, mano y mano. Not every guy, not 32. Look, there's only 32 number one corners in the NFL. And out of those 32 number one corners, probably only 5 I'll give 7 of them got that crazy mindset where I bet you won't catch this ball. And they get cooked. But you got to have it up there. I just feel like Jeff has the ability, but he don't have that mindset to be the number one. But he could be a great 2. You know what Jalen gonna do, man. Cut it out. And then they got Jimmy Ward, and then look. They got the Bullock. Like, this squad, people, you got to be afraid of this team. All right, let's move forward. All right. Some people want Steve McNair, Warren Moon, guys like that. Hell, I want to see those guys. But Will Levis, he showed it somewhat promising last year, so we're gonna let him rock. But he's on a very short leash. So we'll see by the end of the season if we can retool with another quarterback. All right, they got Tony Pollard and Spears, 2 good running backs. I feel like they can use a power back. Who knows? Maybe Earl Campbell might be on the way. You know what's up. Said I'm digging you. Oh, no. That's what you got to do. When you don't know no songs, you don't know the lyrics, you got to mumble them joints. Bum dum, dum doo. All right, let's get back into it. Y'all see that mug. Always on daddy duty. All right, let's go. Again, y'all might have won some receivers, but look, and I didn't know Hopkins was still rated 89, but his hands, dude, hands is crazy. Now, why are they doing that? Look, Spectac is still 99, so I didn't need to bring back Desmond Mason or anybody else. So, okay. The tight end, Okuwaro, he's promising. He's all right. He all right. But they needed help at the line. They got Layson, Peter, who's that? Oh, Skoronic, whatever his name is. Cushenberry. But we had to bring back the OG. Bruce Matthews. You're going to find it a lot that the main things that these team needs, every team in the NFL, most of them needed interior help on the offense side of the ball and on the defensive side of the ball. I feel like those positions are so hard to find. And the teams that in the team that find those positions, those are the better teams. If you look at all the upper echelon of teams, they got great interior play. That's the making of a playoff team. What does your offensive line look like? What does the defensive line look like? Period, point blank. Because most of these teams are good at the skill position. Like every team got good skill position. Like even when I was going through it, I'm like, dang, like how, like almost every team is good at the skill position. You'll find it that teams aren't good at quarterback in the interior lines, both offensive and defensive. So when you bring back these kind of guys, and this is good to see too, because I'm gonna test this and see if you enhance the offensive line, does it really show in the win column? Like in the game. Because if it doesn't, then I feel like Madden got to go in there and start tweaking some things. Like, you know what I mean? Because that's what football is all about. Who wins up front? Because the teams that win up front typically are the teams that win games. This game got to be like that. All right, we're going to keep moving forward. Sheldon Day, who'd I bring back on the defense? They good in there. Landry. They good at linebacker. Josh, look, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, in today's NFL, right? Being 6'3", 242, and your speed is 78, you can't make a roster. You're just not fast enough to get to. Look at the guys behind him. I get that they're lighter, but they're way more faster. Like, watch this. His speed is 78, right? Let's go look at the defensive tackle speed. Who? Justin Simmons is 74 at 304 pounds. Davison is 71. Like, Sheldon Day is 74 at 310. Like, well, how does that work? Like, you know, like how does that work? Is he super instinctive? Like, you know what I mean? This is why they need like speed and quickness. I know that's they do. Well, let's see his agility, 79, and change it 79. Well, the top, okay, maybe that change of direction might help him. But I'm just saying, you know, not trying to pick on him or nothing, but I just don't understand like what was his 40 time and how did he make a roster if he can't run? Whew, there we go. Whew. The big dog. Javon Curse, that's who came back. Reload. Let's go. And his team is good in the secondary too. And don't forget, they just cut, oh boy, I forgot his name. Oh, what's his name? Caleb Farley? I believe so. And he was promising too. The thing is, he just can't stay healthy. A lot of injuries. Okay. Quandre. Oh, they got Quandre in. Oh, they just went to Seattle and just robbed their secondary. Come on over here. All right, let's move forward. You know, you see what it is. We saw what JJ was doing in the preseason. We're not going to front. We just seen what Donald did. So, yeah. We got Aaron Jones. We seen what he just did against the Giants. And, look, y'all see it. That's why Randy Moss ain't get this. Or Chris Carter. Y'all see the starters. Both of these guys are that good. You see what it is with this squad. You got Durasol. And they needed a guard, and we brought back big Randall McDaniel. Again, go back to 90s. Y'all see the line. The line, that was this position was the only position that they needed on the line. Like, think about this. So, the only person that was disruptive last week for the Giants against the Vikings was Lawrence, Texas Dexy. He was getting pressure like crazy. And it just so happens that they need an interior guy. Dexy was doing his that joint, that dance. He was going crazy on them. And look, they just needed a guard, and they got him. That's all they needed. And boom, John Randall. Again, another guy who won a defensive player of the year, if I'm not mistaken. John Randall is another guy. He's a dog. Okay, a dog. That's what they needed on the defensive line. That's a position of need that they needed. Y'all see it. And they got Dallas Turner. I don't know why he's not starting on there. Who's on there? Man, they got some guys. Hold on, man. This man, yo, listen. This man Ginkle dude, bro. He single-handedly is killing Daniel Jones' career at this point. Like last year, all right, coming into last year, coming off the playoff win, okay, against the Vikings. Then we lose in the next round. But coming into next year, we like, yo, Daniel about to be it. He got, like, he about to be lit. This dude put him out for the season. Okay. And then he caught that pick last week, that pick 6. And now everybody's like, Daniel Jones threw more interceptions since he signed the contract than he threw touchdowns. It's because of this man Dinkle dude. Oh, this guy single-handedly is ruining. He's putting the icing on ruining Daniel Jones' career cake, if that makes sense. One of y'all could fix that up for me. I did. Stephon Gilmore is still a savvy old vet. I wish the Giants have signed him to give, again, like just like I said with for Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter. Same thing with. Do you need guys like this to teach those younger promising players? Take them under their wings so they can learn how to take the next step to being a dominant pro. You can't just rely on athletic ability. But yeah, you see it. He's gonna do that for Byron Murphy. Watch. Y'all see it. Oh, they got Shaq. Okay. Karen Bond. Okay. Yeah, the secondary look good. And look, you got that. Still got the savvy old veteran. This dude still hitting people and making plays, boy. Go ahead, Harrison. All right, where we at? Okay, who's next? Chicago. All right, y'all know what it is with Kim. Y'all see the running back room. So no Walter, sorry. I ain't got to talk about this receiving core. All tight. This offense is just beautiful. I don't. Who? Okay. Cruz. Yep. Check back early 2000s of who he was. And that's that Super Bowl team. He was on. Well, they didn't win the Super Bowl. They went to the Super Bowl. They lost to Peyton Manning and the Colts, but he was the starting center on that team. All right, they got Nate Davis. They got a good offense. Like I can't say anything about it, but guess what? They need a dog. There you go. Richard Dent. Go back to the 80s. One of the best defensive teams of all time. He was the best pass rusher on that team. Richard Dent. The 85 Bears, I believe. He was the pass rusher. But don't believe me. Go to a quick Google search. Or ask Siri. Act serious. That's what my dad be saying. Serious. Help me out with this serious. Why you call her serious, Pop? Man, they're like, how you look like you're looking at your phone saying serious? Like, no. Come on. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, we got the Bengals. All right, got Smoking Joe. Cool Joe. Hey, listen, stop calling him Cool. That's not. Joe Montana is Cool Joe. Okay? He's Smoking Joe. Joe Montana is Cool Joe. That name is already taken for a legend. He won 4 Super Bowls. Okay? Joe Montana is Cool Joe. He's not Cool Joe. He's Smoking Joe. Why is he Smoking Joe? Because he be, you seen the... Was that Joe Burrow? Yeah, that was Joe Burrow. He had the cigar LSU when he won Odell tried to throw him some... That's Smoking Joe. You know what I mean? That's not Smoking Joe. Not Cool Joe. If you rock with that Smoking Joe name, man, tell me in the comments if you think we should be calling him Cool Joe or Smoking Joe. Because Cool Joe is already taken. Cool Joe. That's Joe Montana. Let's stop playing. All right. Y'all see the receiving core. So I don't need TJ Houshmandzadeh, Chad Johnson, Chris Henry, or Peter Warrick. Or I'll take you back, Carl Pickens. Y'all know about Carl Pickens. Y'all better go check that boy. Word. All right, Mike Gesicki. They good. They all right at the tight end position. They all right. Orlando Brown. But we had to bring back Whitworth. Now somebody be like, yo, he's a left tackle. He was not always a left tackle. He played left guard when the Bears drafted him for a season or two. Then he moved to left tackle. Okay? So let's get that right. So that's who we got on the offensive line. Defensively, who did we give them? Oh, right here. Takeo Spikes. Yep. We gave him Takeo Spikes. Now, he is not a weak side linebacker. He is a strong side linebacker, but they'll figure out where to play him. The secondary look good. Oh, Dax, they moved Dax to a slide. Yeah, he's gonna be good. Oh, and they still got DJ Turner. This dude is fast. Yo, this secondary look got. Hey, Mike Hilton is a slot. Yo, this team, this secondary look good. Geno Stone. Bell and Jordan. Yo, talk about a promising secondary. Hey, what y'all think more important? Is it do you think the pass rush is more important than the secondary, or do you think the secondary is more important than the pass rush? Because the quicker the pass rush gets home, the least amount of time you have to cover, right? But if you got great coverage, the more time the pass rushes get to the quarterback. So which one do you think is more important, or do you think it's hand in hand? They both need each other. Which one you think? Tell me about it in the comments, man. All right, we got Josh. Y'all know what Josh is. Mr. Trubisky. Trubisky. All right, you see James Cook. He had a good week one. No need to bring back Thurman Thomas. He gives you some of those same type of abilities. He's probably not as good as a runner as Thurman because he's a little light. You know, but, you know, you can use him in the same type of way that they used to use Thurman back in the days. All right. So we gave them Andre Reed. To me, honestly, in my opinion, the best wide receiver in Buffalo Bills history. It was some other guys that you could have called, you know, Eric Moulds, Peerless Price, those type of guys. But Andre Reed, on those Buffalo team in those 90s, they went to 4 Super Bowls. He was the best receiver on that squad. You know, James, I believe they had James Lofton too. But Andre Reed is the dude. Like, he was the dude. Look, let's not play around. Actually, let's take a look at look. Like, anybody, look at your boy. I had to show you Andre Reed because he was a dog, man. Shout out to Andre Reed, bro. He was nice. For real, for real. All right. Who do we have on the defensive side of the ball? I know y'all want Bruce Smith, but look, Uso is good. They still got Vaughn, and they still have AJ Epinesa backing him up. Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones. They got guys in the interior. All right. Cornelius Bennett is the guy. Cornelius Bennett, they needed help at the middle linebacker position. I think Cornelius Bennett to beat this guy out. Yep, they needed Bennett. That's who the guy they got, Cornelius Bennett. The secondary is fairly good. Yeah, Cornelius Bennett is who they got. Again, if you don't know who Cornelius is, he's a dog. I go back to he was the middle linebacker on that Buffalo run. Cornelius is a dog. That's crazy too. How like remember like I don't know. The NFL didn't have free agency till like maybe like 93, 94-ish. Or maybe 94, 95. Somewhere in that time. I'm not too sure. So you had teams that had great rosters, and because it was no free agency, these teams were going to 4 or 5 Super Bowls. That's why the Steelers went to all them Super Bowls, and you know, you got the 49ers of the 80s, and you got the Cowboys of the 90s because it was no in the early 90s, there was no free agency. The moment guys got to dip and move around, look what happened. Like, think about it. Once Reggie White left Philly and went to the Packers, it was over for all of those. It was over for those dynasties. Like he changed it. Reggie White changed the whole landscape of the NFC when he left and went to the Packers. Think about that shit. Like what free agency did to those dynasties was crazy. All right, let's keep moving. All right, you got Bo Nix, again, first round rookie. Some guys might be calling for Elway. He was the 12th pick overall. What do you want me to do? He has to get a chance to develop. Now, if he was like a third round pick, I would have brought back Elway. Some people might be calling for TD here, but look, Javonte Williams is okay. He's good. And he's overall 81. Let me see where we at. All right. Trey Franklin is going to be good. They got some good wide receivers here, but the position that was worst on this team was definitely on this offense was definitely the tight end position. So you go bring back the boy. Like, you know what I mean? You go bring back Shannon. And look, his overall is at 84. And Shannon is a dog at the tight end position. You know what I mean? At he was 230. He's a bit small, but listen, he gonna be shit. He gonna be cooking. I mean, the line is okay. I could have gave him a center. Brought back Mark Slurth. I don't like Mark though. Matter of fact, let me not say that. Let me not say that. All right, defense, they got Zach. He's pretty good. They got John Franklin Myers. He's somewhat promising. DJ Jones and, okay, Malcolm Roche. Okay, these guys are all right. Brandon Browner. Who did I bring back on this squad? Okay, the secondary is okay. I feel like I could have gave him champ. What did I give him? Oh, Steve Atwater. Yeah, big time hitter. Steve Atwater is crazy with it, but he might be best known for the hit. If I'm not mistaken, Steve Largent from the Seahawks put him out one time. Like, if I'm not mistaken, he put him out like crazy blindside. Like, you seen what Juju did to Vontaze Burfict? It was something like that, but probably worse. Yeah, Steve Largent was a dog too. Boy had some hands. He was like a Wes Welker that could get down the field. A smaller Cooper Kupp. All right. Deshaun Watson. I don't really. Bernie Kosar, maybe? I don't know. This is Deshaun Watson. That's who they got. Chubb, right? That's it. They good at running back. But I cannot not. First of all, Jim Brown was a fullback. They need a fullback, right? But not only was he a fullback, he's the best player in NFL history. Like, I'm talking about he's the best player. So, and he's a fullback. They need him at the position. They had no fullback. So, hey, you get Jim Brown. They can run a two-headed monster. Jim Brown shared the backfield with a few guys. All right? Wide receiver core is good. I really want Jerry Jeudy to develop. Actually, I really want this Brown team to be good, to be honest. It looks good. Like Njoku, Jedrick, Joel. You all right? Yeah. Look at the overalls. Like, this team is not bad. Like, come on, Conklin, this team is good. And look, behind him, a good DeJuan Jones. You know, they got some guys. It's Darius, Miles. Okay, they look good at the defensive tackle position. Fairly old. I could have added a defensive tackle. I don't know who I would have added, though. They didn't really have no one at that position. They got Devin Bush. He was good. So, but I went and got Clay Matthews pops. Clay Matthews Jr. Yeah, Clay Matthews is actually the third. His father's the junior. His father played for NFL too. So Clay Matthews, the Clay Matthews we grew up with, is the third. All right. JOK, you know what about him. The secondary is great. I mean, on Thornhill. All right. Grant Delpit, he's a good secondary piece. So the Cleveland Browns roster is pretty good. All right, we got the Bucks. Look, man, not gonna hold you. Baker might be turning the corner, bro. Like, if you watch the his his anticipation on his throws last week, you be like, yo, is he seeing this shit before it's happening? Or is this just a bad second? Like, if you watch, was it the bad secondary? Or was it Baker? That's what you're gonna see. He might be turning the corner, bro. And if he is, the league gotta look out. Cause like think about it. Like he's already look, sometimes here's what I say about guys who won the Heisman in college and then they get to the NFL and they have those aha, I am good moment. They have that I'm good. The thing is they know how to handle all of that pressure already. Like they're already used to handling that, like the media pressure. So they've already learned how to thrive there. What's new for them is starting all over again and have to build back up to that. Like you come from being that guy in college and then you have to come all the way back, come all the way down to getting it back to that point. But when those guys who win the Heisman, when they get it back to the NFL level, they kind of be living. That's their space. That space of the superstar. They know how to live in that joint. So and they know how to perform well there. So if Baker starts that, it might look crazy, and he has the team to do it too, right? He got the running backs, and we can't say enough about. We got Mike. Can't say enough about Mike Evans, man. He's a dog. Godwin, and then the rookie dude McGinn, he caught a touchdown. And he was cooking too. So they got some pieces, man. They got some pieces. You know, offensive line looks good. I brought back Dalvin Joseph. They needed a guard. Look up Dalvin Joseph. All right. Who did they get on the defensive side of the ball? Was it Warren? I ain't got clear against. Vita Vea, Kings. Who did they get? Oh, Derek Brooks. Ah, yeah, they got DB. Y'all know about Derek Brooks. The reason why, again, the reason why he's inside is because it's just to make him fit their scheme. So he'll be playing inside with Levante David. That middle line, that second middle linebacker is similar to like a weak side linebacker, cover linebacker type of thing. So, you know, Bryce Hall, Jamal Dean. Yeah, the secondary is okay. The safeties is really where it's at here. They got a lot of speed and these guys hit, so you know. All right, let's keep moving. Kyler. All right, Kyler Murray. You got James Conner. Yo, Trey is a dog, so that's why I didn't give him money. You got Trey. What else do they need? Boom. You had to come back with Larry. Again, this is one of those sentimental, can't see a team without a guy type of pick. And this is him. You know what I mean? This is him. They're good at the tight end position. You know, the offensive line is actually getting better. They got young guys that's gonna develop. You know what I mean, at these positions. So that's why we gave them Larry on the offense, and then defense. Who do we give them on defense? Anenius Williams. Another guy I believe is underrated. Go check his film out. Dog played in the 90s and the 2000s. You know, he was one of the best corners in the league, you know, at that time. Right up there with the Deion Sanders well, one notch below though. So you had you know how you got that tier one? He's in that right there, that high tier two, fringe tier one type of guy. Aeneas Williams. All right. And Buda Baker, still going strong, man. Jalen Thompson, sorry. That's good. Let's move on. All right. Y'all know what it is, Justin Herbert. Bro, I wanted to bring back LT so bad, but then I'm like, all right, Dobbins is still young, and Gus, they just took the Ravens back. But Haskins is pretty good too. All right. The wide receiver core is young. You know what I mean? I'm looking at the age and these guys could develop, so I did not give them a wide receiver. But they needed. They got Gates. These guys are old. They won't develop anymore. Give them Gates. And listen, Madden, get this guy off the. What is he doing in the game? This dude is a 44 overall. Come on, B. Y'all see the line. The line is what it is. Like, that line is good. It's development. It's young. It's what it is. Morgan Fox. But boom. Check me out. Leslie O'Neal. He's a dog. If you don't know about him, I'm going to tell you. Go look at the tape. He's back. Chargers fans know who Leslie is. Now, some people might want Sean Merriman, but Joey is there. Khalil is there. You got Bud behind him. Okay. Secondary is going to get better. All right. So, no Sean Merriman. And besides, I believe Merriman, wasn't he on steroids or something like that? Listen, don't quote me. Don't quote me, dog, because I ain't said it. Patty. You already know what it is. My boy Patty. Isaiah Pacheco. Look at so mad at this. Look at this receiving core, bro. Like, this shit look like NCAA speed. 95. 95. 91. 98. Like, get out of it. And Sky is the last guy on the roster. But then they got, what's this dude's name? They got another dude on the practice squad. He just fire. I'm going to go see. I'm going to go check. All right, Travis. But they didn't have a left tackle. That was their weak point. So they got arguably the best left tackle in Chiefs history. Willie Wolf. This dude is a beast, bro. Joe, this team is about to be unstoppable. And they needed an end. Derek Thomas. Now, somebody might say he a linebacker, but this team plays a 4-3. He's in this system, he would be an end. Can you imagine? Derek Thomas on the line with Chris Jones? This is going to be so difficult to beat this team. You don't understand. I'm up for the challenge, but it's going to be difficult. I'm not looking forward to playing the Chiefs at all. Anthony Richardson, all right, yeah, Oh, Peyton, look, this dude is promising, bro. We got Cam Newton back, basically. And with arguably a bigger arm. I mean, you know what it is. My bad. Had to go do something real quick. But Jonathan Taylor, y'all know what it is with Jonathan Taylor. So sorry, Marshall Faulk and Edgerrin James. They already got a young dude. All right? All right. All right. Some people might say, well, Marshall. I mean, some people might say, yo, D, look, what about Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne? Those type of dudes. And I'm going to say, these guys, if you look at the age of these guys in the overall and what they added this year, they got guys. But they didn't have they were missing a tight end. So we got the best tight end in the franchise, John Mackey. Now, somebody would say, what about Dallas Clark? Look, John Mackey is probably one of the guys who revolutionized the tight end position. Period. So that's why I gave him over Dallas Clark. Even though Dallas is a dog, I rock with Dallas. Him and Peyton got that seam route popping. I love looking at their line. Can I just go back to that one more time? Look at this line. Richardson don't got no reason not to develop. If he don't develop, it's just because he can't play. He has one of the best offensive line in the whole NFL. Now you add another target. Come on. He got Pittman, a good outside wide receiver. He got Josh Downs. He got Pierce. He's an outside wide receiver. I guess Downs could be a slot. But then they got Alden. Like, they got to get this dude on the field. This dude is a problem. Like, yo, this receiving class has a potential to be one of the best receiving draft class of all time. If all of these guys develop and do good. That shit is crazy. This class is crazy. Who do we add on defense? Nick Claus. So yeah, so what we did was we moved Nick Claus down to a weak side linebacker because that's basically what he is. He's not a safety. Dude is horrible in coverage. But as far as tackling and hitting and sideline to sideline speed, he has all of that. He's just horrible in coverage. All right. Zaire Franklin. EJ Speed. He's all right, but then they got a young boy behind him with great speed and great traits. Secondary is okay. But the worst position was the strong safety when we brought back Bob Sanders. Boom, he gonna add that. Boom. Understand what he gonna bring to the table. And I'm 5'7", and I'm showing some love to the short guys with big hearts. So we're gonna give them some love. Give my boy Bob some love. What's up? Boom. So he gonna hit that boom. He gonna leave that boom. He coming through and laying that hammer down, bro. My man Bob Sanders. Y'all know what it is. Show some love. All right. Y'all know what it is. You got Jaden. Austin. Look, the real reason why I didn't give him somebody like who was it? Brian West. Yeah, it was Brian Westbrook. Why didn't I give him? Well, you know, John Riggins or whatever. They got Brian. They got Brian Robinson. He's the young dog. He's the young dog backing up the old savvy vet. All right. Noah Brown, Scary Terry, Crowder. You know, yes, this squad is okay, but this wasn't the worst position on the team. No, it was this. Okay. Again, they got Brandon Coleman, a young rookie that needs to develop. But overall, they got Curtis Samuel. One of the better linemen of his time. And we have to get... We got to get him some protection. Okay? But other than that, the line is good. All right? All right, your man Benjamin. All right. We got Davis. I didn't know they moved him to left end, but okay. They got Dorrance Armstrong. Again, at a weird age, no great one guy, but as far as a rotational lineup, that's pretty good. All right, and then you know what it is. Look, Trezor. I feel like Josh Allen might be the odd man out coming. Well, this year he's a free agent. Devon Payne's a free agent. John's got to, please, New York, grab this guy if we can. But this guy is going to play pretty soon. Jeremy Chin, another one of those guys who is a big safety, could be a safety or one of those like specialty packages, linebackers. So we just brought them down, moved them down. They got Bob Wag. Oh, yeah. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Fastest man in NFL history. Period. That's right. Faster than everybody. Darryl Green. Cannot leave out the fastest man in NFL history. Faster than Deion Sanders. Faster than all of those dudes you think quick. He beat all of them in the race. Fastest man in NFL history right there. Darryl Green. And he played till he was about 40. He was still running like a 4.4 at 40. So Darryl Green. This dude could probably run a 4.5 right now at like 50. So show some love to Darryl Green. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Fastest corner in NFL history. One of the greatest corners in NFL history. Straight dog. So, you know, some people might say, yo, Sean Taylor. Could have brought him back, but they got young, promising guys at the position. So, shout out to Darryl Green. Shout out to Sean Taylor, but Darryl Green gets the nod. All right, Cowboys. You got Dak and Bum, 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 bum. You got Emmett there. Now, why Emmett? They don't need nothing else. Nowhere else, basically. Zeke is getting older. He's on a decline. They don't expect anything from Zeke this year. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know who this Rico dude is. Look, but he seems promising, but look, he's not Emmett. They need a running back. Look at the wide receiver core is pretty good. You know, tight end. Look, Jake Ferguson. He only in his second year, so he's good. These rest of these guys suck, but you know what I mean. The line is good. Offensive line is good. See what they got on defense. All right, Lawrence, Sam. This is a fast defense. Like boom, had to bring back the Randy White. The one time a number 1 overall pick in his day, a little undersized to be a defensive tackle. He's not even that big. In order to make this more realistic, I put him up to 278, so he'd be able to kind of play. I feel like that 275 is like the smallest you can be to even be in the interior, and that's small, but that's like the starting weight. You want him 280, but he played at defensive tackle. I want to say 260, 265 at that time. So we brought Randy White back and moved him inside, but he's gonna be a dog. He's gonna be a great player for them. You got Micah, you got Kendricks, you got Damone Clark, you got Overshown. Look at the speed on these guys. 98, 88, 90 for Clark, 91. Like, this is a fast team. And then you go to the secondary. Secondary is good too. Secondary is good too. Look, you got Bell, who plays like that sub package linebacker at times. The Cowboys is a good looking team. All right, let's check out the Dolphins team. Who did the Dolphins reload with? All right, y'all see it. A lot of people might have wanted Marino. What would he do with this squad, right? But they got Tua. I think Odell is injured again, right? At this point, Odell, like, I feel like teams are just signing Odell's because they want more ticket sales. Like, I feel like he can still be productive, but I don't think anybody uses him the right way. Like, you know what I mean? This dude can still catch 65, 70 catches a year. Actually, let's see what he's been averaging. Bum, 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 bum. All right, let's look at his stats for like look, last year he caught 35 balls. Before that was 44. I think he got injured in the Super Bowl this year, right? If I'm not mistaken. 23. Dang. Like, Odell shit really went, like, he should still be good, bro. But I feel like the way he played and what his body, like, his play style is not, his play style will get him injured. That's one thing, like, I hope don't happen to Malik Neighbors. I don't wish this on him, but those guys who, like, contort their body to make every catch, they're bound to be susceptible to big hits. You know what I mean? They don't know when to let a ball go. Like, I love the extra effort. And it's all good. Like, we want to see that. But when that gets you injured on a consistent basis, it's not good. I remember as a Giant, Eli threw something, was not catchable. Odell tried to catch it and, like, expose himself and just got crushed, injured. It's like, let that ball go. You let it go. But then it's also on the quarterback to not throw that ball. But when you have that weird kind of catch radius where the quarterback, when you tell the quarterback, like, just throw it, I can catch anything, the quarterback is going to start throwing shit that He like, yo, I know I probably shouldn't throw this, but he can make this catch. But what it takes to get that catch can, like when this is happening consistently, that's how this happens. You can't play games. You can't stay healthy. You're always injured. Like, you feel what I'm saying? That's his issue. So his it's sort of like his, it's a blessing and a curse. Like, his greatest ability is also his liability. So what you have to do then is just learn balance. You can't catch every ball. Some of them joints you gotta let go. And quarterbacks, you can't throw everything. Like, don't get these guys hit. You already get hit almost every play. You don't have to add more to it. So if a guy's running across the middle or you second guessing things, it's like, where's the balance between like, okay, let me see if he can make a play, to where it's like, no, there's no play that could be made here. I think quarterbacks got to see that shit too, because they be getting guys crushed. Yeah, but you know, Odell is a sad story if you ask me, because it's like, boom, shot the superstardom, and then boom, he's going off his first 3 seasons, and then that injury, trying to catch some shit, come back strong, say the thing about Eli, get traded, have an all right season. This year, Baker just couldn't find him. Baker missed him a lot. Then you seen him go off at the end of the season. I know he was going off because he's the reason why I won my fantasy league. Because Odell came back at the end of this season. He was going crazy. And, you know, I actually won in the Super Bowl, I had to place the bet and won. I bet on him to get over like 50 yards of touchdown. So he got that for me. But yeah, sad story for my man Odell. But as you can see, their team is all right. Offensive line is good. Had to give him Larry Little. That's the only thing that was missing on the offense, was the right guard. And then the defense, I gave him Sue because he did have a bunch of good. This was a position of need. That there was a position of need for them, and he also had very good seasons with the Dolphins. Yeah. So we brought back Sue. They needed it at the position. I didn't really find no one that I absolutely known, but he has production, name recognition. So we brought him back. Now, you know, people want Jason Taylor, but look, they got Chop, they got Bradley, they got Phillips, they got and Mohammed. This dude was good too. I didn't know. I watched him last year when Colorado versus Colorado State. He was straight up disruptive, like straight up and down. He's gonna be good if he can, you know, get on the field. Yeah, so corners are good. This is a good secondary. Kendall and Jalen, that's a good. Yo, not being funny, Jalen Ramsey played on alongside some good corners. All right, Jordan put him. It's a great secondary. All right. Again, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I say this is the second time in my life, my whole life, I've witnessed an Eagles team be loaded from quarterback all the way to kicker. This is to punter. This is the first time. It's the second time I've seen this. The Eagles have a tendency to do this. Like they load up, bro. 2 good quarterbacks. It was once upon a time they had 3. Saquon, Gainwell. Look at the wide receivers. Hey, yo, did y'all notice this? Like the fullback position is dang nearly dead. Look. They just got Jahan Dotson. Like, Johnny Wilson. Understand what this young man could be. Like, not being funny. How did they get him? Like, Johnny Wilson is he's going to be a good player, bro. Like, if it was me, I'd move him to tight end right now just so I can get him on the field. But let's look at the tight end room. Dallas Goedert. Look, he's better than all the rest of these guys at tight end. He might not can't block as well, but you can do so much with him in a 2 tight end set and spread him out. What? That Johnny Wilson dude is crazy. Let's look at some of his look, 88 speed, great for a tight end. Strength 70. Look at that. Spectacular catch 82. Let me move my just so. All right, strength, spectacular 82. Actually, let me move it here for 1 second. Look at that. 82 spectacular catch. This is a rookie. Look. I mean, we talking about tight end though. Like jumping 90. Yo, that'd be crazy if this dude could just. I'll just split him out. All right, let's move on. All right, you got Dallas Goedert. So right now, at every position on the offense, it's legit. Left tackle, legit. Guard, legit. Only position that they needed somebody is we brought back Jason. I know he just retired, but he's retired. So technically he's an Eagle legend at this point. Hey, we brought him back. Shout out to Jason. Just in time to come back. And they got Makai. This is another piece. If he just reached somewhat of his potential, this could be crazy for them. And like, my goodness. I get so mad knowing that they draft like this. And my Giants be missing on mofos. Milton. I'm just Huff. Still got Graham. Look, you got White and Dean. These are. You got Josh Sweat, but they got no. Like, this dude has like. Micah Parsons type of ceiling and ability. Not to be funny. Same size, measurables, speed. Like, I don't understand how we let guys just fall to the Eagles. Darius Slay, they got Isaiah Rodgers, who's good, but then they got Cooper. This guy, and Quinyon Mitchell, Eli. You don't understand, like, these four guys, right? These four guys, like, these are some of the best corners from college football in the last 4-5 years. You go back 4 seasons ago, these were some of the guys that was in college football playing some of the best ball. Eli Ricks was one of the best corners for Alabama. You already know what he played up against. Look at his size. Look at the size on these guys. We're talking about elite athletes. And these guys are playing on. The only guy that's getting run is Quinyon. But these guys are going to be good. They've retooled. I'm so upset. This hurt my soul. The only place I could add someone was a safety. And they had Blankenship. And they had guys. But every other position was so good, I had to add somebody. It had to be Brian. Because when it gets to the point where the positions is so good, then I'm adding fan favorite, rank, name recognition. It had to go there. There was literally no need. They're so good that they moved Bradbury to safety. And Sidney, this guy's a dog. I'm just like, how? This team is crazy, bro. Pisses me off. Let's move forward. All right, yo. All right, here we are. Y'all know what it is, man. They got Penix and Cousins. I'll be honest with you. Cousins might not make it through this season as a starter. If he keep putting shit up like he did last week, he might not make it through the season as a starter. But we ain't gonna talk about that because this is the Legends rebuild. Let's get into what legend made the cut. All right. Again, these receiving core is good. You already know what they got at the tight end position. Jake. We had to put Bill Frolic back there. Now, yeah, this is the position I need, and this is the guy that I found. Don't know too much about him, but that was the position they need on the offense. That's what they got. What the fuck is calling around? Man. Dang, man, I gotta listen. I'm getting too much notifications at this point, bro. Like people love me when I'm recording. All right, so who we got on defense? Again, every position looked promising and looked good, but you got young Dion, prime time. He's not 6'2". For some reason, this joint have an issue with the getting it. Like I put 6'1" or 6'2". By the time I go check it out, he's 6'3". Like no, you see, he got smaller, but the height didn't move. But when you go out and you save it, it's watch 6'1". So they gotta fix that. Yeah, you know, prime time, baby. It's a position in need, polarizing. Gotta go for it. All right, 49ers. This is what people be waiting for, right? Who's gonna be on the 49ers? All right, so you got Brock, you got Christian, you got this team is another team that's loaded. I know y'all looking for Rice. Y'all might be looking for T.O. Nope. If you look at what they got here, they did not need another wide receiver. Jennings in the slot, you know, they don't need another wide receiver. They didn't need a tight end. They got Trent. They got Banks, who's young. They got Feliciano. And they got two fringe starters. Okay. Derek Pooney. They got a rookie that they just drafted. They did not have a right tackle. So we brought back Joe Staley. Now, I know he's a left tackle, right? But there was a position of need. We brought back a guy, name recognition, and he can play. But listen, Staley was, if you go look at the combine results for tackles and offensive linemen, this dude, like, of all time, is probably like in the top 5 in every category. Like, this dude is an athletic freak. So just from that standpoint, I feel like he can play anywhere on the line. Other than maybe, let's say, center, because it takes a little more. But as far as like his athletic ability and the way he graded out, he can play left or right. He's just athletic enough to do so. So shout out to Joe and his athletic ability. He made the cut, and it was at I love these kind of scenarios, and also the one with the Eagles too, because it's like it's a great team, right? They have everything, but they just have one little piece that you can work out. This is what I want these franchise, these legend franchise, the Reloaded franchise to be like. Can I find the team that's missing one guy to take them over the hump? Maybe it's Joe. Like Joe might help this team get a Super Bowl. You feel me? Let's see what we got on defense. You got Nick, you got Drake, you got Leonard, you got this defensive line, these edge rushers are crazy. Like, talking about rotation. Like, you can literally move these guys all over the line. It reminds me of when the Giants had that Nassau package where we had Matthias Kuwanuka, Justin Tuck, Strahan, OCU Manura, and then like a few years later we had JPP. Those guys can play. All of those guys, well, not all of them, but like OC couldn't play tackle, but he was on the edge. But Strahan could go inside, Tuck could go inside, JPP could go inside, Matthias Kunuka could play rush or in coverage. Like, we had guys that be interchangeable, and that's what this looks like right here. That's what that looked like. Look at the size on these mofos. Oh goodness, they're scary. Tackles, Campbell. Who did I bring back? The corners are good. Oh, I know. Yeah. All they needed was it's so crazy, right? They had 2 positions of need. And with those 2 positions, a legendary player was just sitting there to be picked. So the perfect guys came back for the Niners. This team is literally perfect. Literally, it's perfect. So we're going to see what they do. Literally, like, we're putting the pieces to the puzzle. All right, so As y'all saw the rosters, all right, we just loaded up all the rosters, man. As y'all seen it, we're gonna get into this rebuild. You know, that's video one. We just checking out the rosters. Hey, stay tuned. Next video, week one, we're gonna be having some gameplay ready for you guys. So we'll be ready. And you know what it is, man. Give me a like if you rock with the rosters and you love the reloaded rosters with the legends. You know what I mean? I didn't want to put guys that was 99 overall because that's no fun. I want to see how they develop these legends and if they can reach that same stature that they once did. So you know what it is. It's Madden Reloaded. I'll see y'all in video 2. Let's go.